Oh yes, we're back from outer space. Actually, we're back to our summer series, Southern Cooking 1941, and going to make a little bit of buttermilk biscuits. We're going to need 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of buttermilk, 4 tablespoons of shortening, 1 teaspoon of salt, and ½ a teaspoon of soda. Baking soda, as we discussed in the previous. And I also decided to make the 20th century biscuits and put 2 teaspoons of baking powder in there, which we'll admit later on that it was probably a mistake, but here we go. So we've got our 2 cups of flour, we put our salt in, and I'm adding the baking powder now. Nice little levels, tablespoons. And then you just kind of want to toss them together, mix them together. You can sift them together, you have a sifter, but I don't like my sifter. It's a pain and it's hard to clean, so it's more there for decoration than using nowadays. I'm putting in the shortening now, 4 tablespoons. And it says use tips of your fingers or a spoon. I've always used a fork. It seems to break it up really nice, but you want to kind of mix it, push it all together until it's in nice little crumbles. There's not any big chunks. And you don't have to make them well. I like a milk well. I feel like it incorporates a little bit better and mixes better. So doing some whole fat buttermilk. No low fat in this household, even though I am trying to be healthier. And then mix it up. When I make biscuits, typically I use a little bit of a cup and a quarter. It called for a cup. It did take a little bit of working, as you can tell. You can roll with that, get a little frustration to work out. It does take a little elbow grease to get it all mixed in, and so you don't have any dryness left till you have a nice little dough ball. Pull out your surface that you want to flour lightly. I use a cutting board for cleaning up purposes, it just makes it a little easier. And that's my biscuit cutter pile there in the corner, so I can re-lube my biscuit cutter with some flour. Just helps it not stick, that way you're not trying to fight your biscuits out. I'm going to roll it down into a nice little flatness of about ½ inch thick. Then take your biscuit cutter, you're going to push straight down. You do not want to twist your biscuit cutters. I'll tell you this in my other biscuit video that I just do my standard biscuits with. If you twist it seals the edges and your biscuits will not rise very much, if at all. And a lot of people like to see their biscuits rise. It's just, it's like magic. Now my typical biscuit recipe that I make in other videos, it makes about 12 to 13 biscuits. This one said I didn't put as much milk as I do in my other ones, so I didn't have as much dough, even though the flour content and everything was the same, and I was only able to get 10 biscuits out of it. Use baking sheet, use whatever you want. I always use my flat griddle skillet, a cast iron skillet. I put a little shortening on it, stuck it in the oven until it melted, swirled it around until it was nice and greased up, and I put my biscuits on it. Tiny bit of separation. They're not going to go wide. It's not like some other baking things where they expand out a lot. They mostly grow up and not out. Now once again, it didn't really give me a degree. It just said bake in a hot oven for about 10 minutes. I typically cook my biscuits on 450, so I just kind of went with what I know. As you're going to watch here in a second, I did not pay much attention to what I was doing, and I put them in for 12 minutes. Which turned out to be a little long. They did come out a little browner than I care for it. They were still very edible. They were not burnt by any means. They're just a little bit brown, like I said. Overall, first reaction, it was a little salty on first bite. I would say if I'd cut the salt in half, it'd probably be just about right salt-wise. They did, of course, rise a lot, as you could tell. That's why I said the baking powder may have been a mistake. But I knew how to make them better, because since I was making breakfast, I had a hankering for sausage gravy. So I'd already crumbled up some sausage, fried it, and had the gravy going while I was making the biscuits. And if you don't know, gravy makes everything better. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, do your thing, and I'll see y'all next week.